Hi friends, so today we are going to read a brand new book. This one is called One Day at the Bottom of the Deep Blue Sea. The author, the person that wrote the book, is Daniel Bernstrom. And the illustrator, the person that drew all of these beautiful pictures, is named Brandon James Scott. One Day at the Bottom of the Deep Blue Sea. One day at the bottom of the deep blue sea lurked a shark in the dark by the rainbow reef. When along swam a girl with a net for pretty pearls to the very bitty bottom of the deep blue sea. Up, up shot the shark from the cover on the dark, and surprised a little girl who had found a pretty pearl. One day at the bottom of the deep blue sea. "Excuse me," said the shark, showing off his many teeth. "Would it be trouble you to join me as my dinner on the reef?" "Don't be hasty, Mr. Shark. Rather let us make a deal. I will find you something tasty. If I can't, I'll be your meal." "It's a deal," said the shark to the fearless little girl, "but it must be something yummy that will fill my grumbly tummy." I wonder what it's going to be. A squiggle and a wiggle at the bottom of the sea. Look! A squid with her kid razzle-dazzle on the reef. Down, down shot the shark from the cover of the dark and swallowed up the squid and her acrobatic kid. Uh-oh. One day at the bottom of the deep blue... Uh-oh. Squirt! It's the ink from the squid. Yuck! Ah! Ick! Spit! Blah! Ugh. I don't think he likes it very much. And out flipped the squid and her slimy little kid back to the bottom of the deep blue sea. "I'm sorry," said the girl. "There are other things to eat. Have you tried the jellyfish? It is truly soft and sweet." Glowing in the coral at the bottom of the sea, look, a bloom of frilly jellies, taking pictures on the reef. Quick, quick, shot the shark from the cover of the dark, and he gobbled down the jellies deep, deep down into his belly. One day at the bottom of the deep blue... Zap! Uh-oh. I'm wondering if he got shocked by the jellyfish. Ouch! Ah! Ick! Spit! Blah! And out shot the jellies who had stung his tender belly, back to the bottom of the deep blue sea. "You poor thing," said the girl. "Did you have too many sweets? Why not try the pufferfish? It is quite a filling treat." Picking sea cucumbers at the bottom of the sea, look, a poky pufferfish making pickles in the reef. Sneaky, sneaky crept the shark from the cover of the dark, and he swallowed up the fish and his hasty pickle dish. One day at the bottom of the deep blue... Boom! Uh-oh. Ouch! Ah! Ick! Split! Blah! And out burst the fish, holding tight his pickled dish, back to the bottom of the deep blue sea. "Don't give up," said the girl. "Ever thought of boneless meat? You could try the dotted ray. It is very safe to eat." Bathing in a tub at the bottom of the sea, Look, a polka-dotted stingray scrub-a-dubbing in the reef. Scoop, slurp struck the shark from the cover of the dark and guzzled down the ray on his bubbly bath time day. Ooh, the ray doesn't look very happy. Sting! No. Ouch, ah, ick, split, bah! And out flapped the ray, poking, prodding all the way, back to the bottom of the deep blue sea. You look angry, said the girl. Let me find the perfect meal. Time is up, said the shark. Little girl, we had a deal. Uh-oh. Mr. Shark, the girl cried, think of what you haven't tried. Have you sampled killer whale or perhaps the Triton snail? There is turtle, there is seal. Would you like to try an eel? I simply wonder what's appealing, Mr. Shark. I have a feeling there is something at the bottom, something yummy at the bottom, at the very, very bottom of the deep blue sea. I guess I'll try the turtle. Gently rocking in the weeds at the bottom of the sea sat a crinkly, wrinkly turtle knitting sweaters for the reef. Snap, snap, charged the shark from the cover of the dark, and he bit the turtle shell but released it with a yell. One day at the bottom of the deep blue sea. Oh, that doesn't seem to have worked very well. Please don't worry, said the girl. You don't need those silly teeth. Is there something else you'd fancy? Here's some plankton you could eat. But the shark circled round, and he looked her up and down. Chomp, whack, hack, hack, hack. Uh-oh. Seems like the girl was very clever. Oh no, moaned the shark, huffing and puffing in the dark, and off swam the girl, holding tight her pretty pearl. One day at the bottom, at the very bitty bottom, one day at the bottom of the deep blue sea. The end. Wow, this book was silly. I'm so glad that the girl did not get eaten by the shark. I wonder, what was your favorite part of the story? Mine was when the girl was able to swim away. What was yours? Awesome! Thanks for listening. Bye!